I'm Johnny Marr. I'm Watch Sales Director at www.iconicwatches.co.uk. We're doing a series of reviews of recently introduced watches. I hope you enjoy the content we've arranged for you. Today we're going to be reviewing a very new watch that Rolex have only just introduced. This is a replacement for the old 16613 Rolex bimetal Submariner. The new model has the designation 11633. As you can see on this watch, Rolex have enlarged the case, so this is a proper 40mm size. The major change to the watch, the bracelet's pretty much the same as was on the old model. We can obviously see we've got the larger case. We've also got a much revised bezel. The old Rolex 16613 simply had a gold bezel with an insert, which was a metal insert, which are easily interchangeable. The new model has a much more durable and much more expensive ceramic bezel, which has been platinum engraved. We can see other main differences in the model. If one turns the watch around, we can see Rolex have revised the clasp. Rather than the simple old flip-lock clasp, we've now got a much more adjustable and much more rugged clasp which Rolex have introduced. Other differences between this and the 16613, this is a much heavier watch. The links on this, I think I'm correct in saying, are solid gold on the links, whereas the old 16613, if one looked at the links from the side, it's not particularly visible on this watch. I'll try and get a close-up. Yeah, if one has a look at the gold there, the old 16613 model, the gold was basically almost like a fit sleeve, whereas these are solid gold links. This is obviously gives the bracelet much more durability, a much longer life to the bracelet. If we look at the bracelet here, the main difference between this and the older model, which there's only a few examples now still for sale and worn, you can see the gold in the bracelet where I'm pointing. The gold on the new model is actually solid on the gold links. This gives the bracelet much more durability. Obviously you're getting better value for money. The old bracelets, you're basically just dealing with a gold sleeve, and there'd actually be a hollow bit here that you could see on the watch. And we can tell this is a brand new watch. Obviously you can see on the clasp we've got the characteristic plastic seals. The rear of the case also, we've got the plastic wear seal visible there, and if one looks on the case sides we can see the plastic seals there as well. This Rolex has also got some new anti-counterfeit measures which Rolex have introduced to the latest models. Perhaps the most useful of these, if we look around the inner bezel of the watch, it's very hard to get on camera, but around the actual inner bezel of the watch, Rolex have engraved the Rolex motif repeatedly. But if we look at the 12 o'clock position on the bezel, that's actually got the unique case reference number engraved there, as well as under the actual bracelet, underneath the bracelet on the side of the case. The new Rolex 11663 also features a new movement from Rolex, which is the 3135 movement with a blue parachrom hairspring. Interestingly, the bezel on these watches, they've changed it. It's now a lot more resistant to environmental stress such as UV rays and salt water. So hopefully you should get through a whole lifetime of use with this watch without any damage appearing on the bezel, which was a problem with the older models. They're quite prone to scratching, and a lot of the time when we had pre-owned examples we had to swap the bezel because of marks on them. The hands of this watch, you'll see, are actually a lot thicker than on the old 16613s. Interestingly, Rolex have changed the luminescent material they're using. First of all, in the Rolex line, they used to use tritium, which is mildly radioactive. That was then phased out and used a substance called superluminova. Rolex have now gone to a new material called chromobrite, which has a long-lasting blue luminescence. That material is also used on the bezel of the watch for the zero marker, as well as on the hands and the dial markers. This watch is fitted with Rolex's hallmark sapphire crystal glass, which is very, very resilient and should give a lot of durability and be resistant to scratches and chips. The Cyclops lens on the watch over the date bubble, it's got the characteristic Rolex Cyclops lens which magnifies the date by 2.5 times. This has actually got an anti-reflective coating on this watch. Water resistance of the 116613 remains the same as the old model, which is water resistant to 300 metres, which I'm sure very few of these watches will actually be subjected to. We can see this watch comes with Rolex's new style box. Obviously, Rolex have long since dispensed with the old punch style papers. We now get a credit card style wallet with the watch. This has the watch's unique case reference number and the supplying dealer's details on it. Also, Rolex have maintained the original swim-proof tag, which comes with all brand new Rolexes. We've also got the chronometer seal here, which is very distinctive to Rolex watches. This watch is available at www.iconicwatches.co.uk, where, as always, we've offered a very good discount over the prices available on the high street from Rolex authorised agents.